Well, hello and welcome to another series edition of Women Speakers Association TV, WSA-TV. And I am Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer of the WSA-TV show. I'm also a social media and marketing mentor and helping people bring their message to the millions online. And today we have some fabulous experts with us from Women Speakers Association, and I want to jump right in and say hello because they have some incredible wisdom to share with you today. So let's say hi to Kelli.
Hi, Laura. Kelli Benis from kellibenis.com. I'm the author of Ending the Silence of Sexual Abuse, and I'm really excited to be here today with all you women from the Women Speakers Association. It's a fabulous organization, and what I love most about it is that we harness each other's power and learn a little bit from each other along the way. So glad to be here.
Glad to have you here, and we'll be learning a lot along the way today, so thank you. And we have two Lisas today, so let's say hi to Lisa B. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Laura. I'm Lisa Vanderwaak with SpeakToTransform.com, and I am a certified speaking coach as well as an author of a book called Let the Real You Step Forward. And I'm calling in today from Beaumont, Alberta, in Canada. And I love WSA because it really brings together women of like mind and vision, and there's so much that we can collectively and collaboratively glean from one another, and I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah, the collaboration is fantastic. So speaking of collaboration, let's go meet Lisa, our second Lisa.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Smith-Maxam, and I'm the President and CEO of TSR Canada, which you can reach us at tsrcanada.com. I'm here to collaborate with all of you wonderful women, and that's why I joined WSA.
Wonderful. Glad to have you here too. And of course we have the lovely Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi, what a lovely introduction. I'm Jen Violi, and my website is jenvioli.com. And I am a writing coach and developmental editor, and a writer myself. My novel is called Putting Makeup on Dead People. And I am calling in today from Portland, Oregon. And I'm really excited to be part of WSA, specifically because of the mission, what's at the heart of it, which is giving voice to women, which is really what I do most often through my work and something I can really stand strongly behind.
Lovely. And let's get into, speaking of that, what is it that each of you are passionate about, and you know, the mission you're up to and how you're helping making a difference in the world and who you do that with. So I really want to hear from Kelli.
Hi. I am absolutely passionate about elevating the conversation around childhood trauma, and it's something that affects more adults than we know. Specifically for myself, I love to delve into the issues of childhood trauma, releasing the shame that surrounds that. And a lot of that is done by talking so that you can begin to take the steps towards healing. I work a lot with survivors of all sorts of trauma.
Wow, it's really brave work to do to go ahead and get get the conversation going in such an area that's been taboo. So thank you. That's amazing. Thanks. Yeah, and Lisa B.
Yes, my passion is I work with mainly emerging women speakers, and this could be women who are just young and starting out in the speaking industry, or could be women who are in transition, who are older and just either switching careers or finding that they're needing to use speaking to really advance in their profession or career. And one of the things that I really love to do and I'm passionate about is really helping women find their voice and to put together the message in such a way that they're not just conveying information, but they're actually having a transformational impact.
Wow, taking it one step further. I love it. So thank you for helping bringing women's voices to the world. And we have our second Lisa. Share with us what you do.
Well, we actually, Lisa and I could probably work together very well because we help individuals as well as businesses to make sure they're on the right path. So we're passionate on making sure that people are doing what they are here to do. Everybody seems to think that they know what they're supposed to be doing, and they don't really realize their true strengths, so we bring that out for them.
And you do that in a business sense or a personal sense, or both?
We do that on both, because I also coach as well, so we do that on both. So we coach the individuals as well as we coach groups and business individuals.
Wonderful. Awesome. And Jen, do tell us more about what you do and are passionate about in the world.
Yeah. Well, what really lights me up is working with, what I like to call seasoned, soulful women who are ready to tell their stories. And often that means that they're ready to transform scars into gifts. Or, another way to put it would be to take the life compost and make something beautiful grow out of it. So I do that through developmental editing and private mentoring. And, just as a great example, some of the women that are on this call today, well, all of us, have some powerful stories. And I just think of Kelli, who I've just met. And often the women that I work with are taking really big traumatic things that have happened to them and want to change them into a gift that they can give to the world, a healing story. So, yeah, that's what I do and who I do it with.
I love it. Well, I want to invite everybody into our living room. We're just getting to know each other here, and we're beginning to see what powerful women are and healers you all are and expert wisdom and tools you have. So this next part of the interview, I want to have everybody benefit from your wisdom as if they're sitting in the living room with you and being able to, you've got a great opportunity to share wisdom with them. And for those of you watching, you're going to get some really interesting new ways of looking at things and advice. So let's jump right in. Go to the heart of the matter with Kelli.
Hi. The biggest thing that I can think of to help people is to let them know that, everybody has adversity in their life. And my passion is dealing with traumatic adversity. But when we hold those stories in, we don't really, A, we feel alone, and B, we don't get to let anybody else feel like they're not alone. So my biggest advice is to open up and share your story, find your tribe, and empower one another, and realize that you're not alone, and together you can learn off of each other and help each other take this first powerful steps to healing.
Beautiful. Yeah. So once they take those first powerful steps in healing and, face the hard parts about that, Lisa, I bet you have some nice ideas and advice.
You know what? There's a lot of things that they can do. I think that's great, Kelli, what you're doing. I've been through an awful lot myself, so I can definitely relate. I think the main thing that I like to tell everybody, never say never. I said it before Justin Bieber, though, I'll say that much. But that's the one thing that I always say. You can do anything and everything as long as you put your mind to it. That's the biggest thing. Knowing how to do it, put your mind to it.
One step at a time.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then, once you put your mind to it, yes, Lisa V, what advice do you have?
Well, it's funny because a lot of times women will say, I'm not that talented, or I'm not that outgoing, I can't speak like that, and they really discredit the ability that they can have as a speaker and the power of sharing their story because they look at those aspects. But the truth is that over 90% of what makes up effective communication is actually skill-based, which means putting together and learning the right skills and the tools to bring about the result that you want to with the audience that you have in mind. And I think that we discredit ourselves, but we also disqualify ourselves many times because we look at someone else's end to where we are today. So I just say, you know what, step out, begin to get feedback from people in your life, find out what are the areas that you need to improve in order to become more effective in communication, and just keep moving forward. And the biggest thing is don't focus on perfection, but focus on connection every time with your audience.
Ooh, I like that. Focus on connection, not perfection. Thank you so much for that. I see a whole system kind of arising here of taking people from the place of trauma to bringing them out. And Jen, I bet you have a next step in that.
Yeah, and I love, Lisa, what you just said about perfection, because I think that ties into something that I find so often with the women that come to me that want to write books. And there's a real deep seriousness there. And, you know, many of them are unabashedly on missions to save the world. And that can feel like a huge burden. And I guess the biggest advice that I have is to remember that just because you suffered in the living of your story doesn't mean that you have to suffer in the telling of your story, the writing of it. That there can be some play and some joy. That's really what I like to do in my work. My mission is to create sanctuaries for people and their healing stories. And that means that they get to come and relax enough that they can play and liberate those stories on the page in a way that brings them joy and can be a gift to the people they want to serve.
Good.
Yeah, we're all loving this. Let's play. Let's take our life experiences, accept them, and make the most of them, and use the advice here today. Whether it's, you know, Lisa B's advice to get the skills, or face the trauma, or have fun playing with it, or never say never. Right? I love it, you guys. This has been so rich. It really does feel like we've tapped into a deeper level here of letting people know how they can, they have so many options to start feeling into their lives and bringing more of themselves out. So thank you for the work you do. And this has been another great episode of WSA-TV. Let's all just say goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you, Laura.
Good luck, everybody.
Great to meet you all.
You too.